Me and Mark, we're the joint creative directors. Ali is our producer, James is our business development director, Paul is our senior designer, and Matt is our junior designer. And we've now got, 8. Jen is a new she's coming up under Matt and helping do extra stuff. And then we kind of work with other external people, like there's a sound guy up the coast we do all our work with, and then there's some animators in Adelaide we do a lot of work with, but there are a couple of people who are satellite organisms. A lot of stuff came to us from word of mouth and working, and people liking a job and recommending you to someone else, and it just all, our first few years all came from that. I guess it comes down to being nice, doing the work, finishing it, making it good, being easy to get along with. So if you can do those things, you're off to a great start. Yeah, we've always had work coming from a variety of different places. Like some agency stuff, and then sometimes just rogue cowboy media types who like our buccaneering spirit. Sometimes, we go direct to clients and approach people and see if they need that, or we can find an opening. So a really broad way. There's definitely been no one certain path of how work has come to us ever, no matter how much we tried to analyse it. There's never enough time to brainstorm at the beginning of anything. Things always seem to happen quite quickly. But we're constantly fighting to make and find that time to make sure you get it right before you start. Because particularly once things start getting pulled apart by a client, you can lose control. Yeah, and we wouldn't charge more for someone we didn't know or like. But certainly, if you're working with someone who understands you and understands the process, and you think it's going to be a fun job, and they've got a capped budget, you try and find a way to work within that, and realising there may be some spillover and you can't bill for every hour, but it's about making something that works and is great. So some things it's better to do for free because you know that you'll get more control. And other things it's better, if you have an understanding with them, you can agree, it's worth this, we'll just get it done. And then other people, you just try and charge for every hour you can. A friend of mine who's a great stop motion animator, and we just got him in, and we brought all the props and worked with the storyboarding, but he animated it. They were very into it. There was one point where they were arguing about the political messaging of coffee pots and stuff like that. People have generally come to us because they know we have a particular slant on things. Generally, hopefully, because there's a bit more humour, or for me, it's more of a character, making cool characters and getting some great animation happening. Once you establish, you have a reputation, people will come to you for that, and the clients who come back to us and the ones who like working with us generally get our humour or get what we like to do. So there is a simpatico. We've done things where we've had no creative freedom and we've just followed a brief. You might be working with an agency that spent months haggling about this thing, and you realise that the position you occupy, while important, is also the end of a very, very long process, which has been a bunch of ad people you'll never meet, arguing and haggling and proposing. There have been a couple of jobs like our Kmart toys ad we got our hands all over it, did the shoot, signed characters, animated it. 3 months, which is a rarity, barely any client interaction. It was great, and it was fantastic, and they were really happy with it, and then they gave us another job straight away. So that was amazing, and we barely had to pitch for it. That was incredible, and that was so rare. A couple of jobs you go, this is it, this is what I want to do. And when you get to them, because there are lots of jobs that you don't put in your reel, and not every job you do is glamorous, and a lot of it is you present your image. But there are some jobs you really go, this is why we do it, and they're really exciting, fun ones. It's so hard to gauge. No one ever really tells you how it goes. You finish jobs and they go out in the world. And some of the ones I've been most passionate about haven't been the most successful, but I know what you mean, and I've heard quite a few designers speak about that. The thing that they love doing the most was the thing that defined them, and it certainly can. And I think the challenge is trying to find that passion in everything you do, rather than, because everything you need to do has to be good, whether it's in a short time or a long time, and you've got to either pick a way of doing it that's less complicated or find something you love in something. Comic books are a big part of my entire thing. I mean, I draw comics as well for pleasure. I mean, I love Jamie Hewitt's work. He's like a god. I love, and I also love things like Rocky and Bullwinkle and really old 50s cartoons. I love Adventure Time. I think it's the greatest cartoon on television right now. I love David O'Reilly. I think what he's doing is really bold. I think, and you know, he's the least commercial person in animation right now. Paul Pope is an amazing artist. A lot of Australian artists who I've worked with, like Gregory Mackay in Melbourne is an awesome artist. I like work done by other studios in Sydney, like Mighty Nice are really good. It's really great to see other Sydney people doing amazing things. I love, I love Psyop, I love Buck, I love Shiloh, all those American companies. I was just working at Superfad in Los Angeles for a month, and they're a great bunch of dudes. I love Japanese animation. I mean, I think Mind Game and Tekken King Creek and Fully Cooley are just so cool. When we started was the Olympics, and everyone had just spent all their budget for the next year. I was like, oh man, and then the next year was 9/11. There was no advertising then. So I mean, even the first 2 years, like, we experienced things which you couldn't even imagine would happen. It's like, who would even think that they'd do that? And who would imagine what that happened? So yeah, I mean, I guess probably starting like that has definitely made us like more resilient. We started in dark times. You know, like Bane says, I grew up in the shadows.
You've existed for what, 12 years now?
12 years.
Yeah. Was August your anniversary?
It was.
Oh, there you go. Now, obviously,
Like Andrew Finn.
oh, I know. Putting the hard questions.